I know it's been a while, but I finally have my first non-review ready, and it's going to be about Sonic Colors. Now, there are a lot of issues as to why I didn't do the Path of Radiance non-review that I said I was going to do, but I don't want to waste too much time talking about it, so instead I'll just write it all down in the description below. So that's all. Enjoy the non-review. First off, I know there's a lot of people who have been disappointed in 3D Sonic games, but the ones that I've played, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Unleashed in particular, I enjoyed. Sure, I can nitpick, but overall I thought they were pretty fun games. Anyway, on to Sonic Colors. This game has Sonic running through Eggman's massive amusement park to rescue aliens called Wisps, and foil Eggman's scheme to rule the world. Pretty much the same issues as before, except that Eggman is actually the final boss, and this is completely his idea. Something the games I played had in common was that he wasn't the final boss. Due to the lack of characters in this game, I really think it feels like the older Sonic games, namely Sonic 2, which featured only Sonic and Tails facing Eggman. The only other vital characters present would be Yacker, a white wisp that Sonic and Tails befriend, and Eggman's henchmen Orbot and Cubot, whose interactions are very enjoyable, but damn Cubot's real voice. Gameplay is a lot like Sonic Unleashed Day stages, obviously because it was designed to be like that. In addition to switching between the 3D speed sections and 2D platforming, there are wisps which give Sonic a variety of powers and gives the player several different ways to experience each act. I found the wisps to be very awesome, my favorites being the laser, spikes, and frenzy powers. Sonic Colors has a multiplayer mode, called the Sonic Simulator, in which two people can run through a level and work together to reach the end. The most interesting part about it is that you can both combine your wisp powers to do a sort of upgraded version of a standard wisp power. Next is appearance. Personally, I don't care about graphics, and I think that people who hate games just because the graphics aren't mind-blowing or amazing are complete idiots. However, this needs to be said. Sonic Colors looks amazing. Just like the title, all the levels are really colorful, alive, and frankly, beautiful. In particular, the aquarium park underwater levels look really great, and I don't generally like underwater levels. The cutscenes also look great, and the dialogue, in my opinion, is a lot of fun to listen to, and I find the jokes and gags very funny. That's probably just me though. The most important part of this non-review is fun, and this game passes that category with flying colors. No pun intended. Aside from the story and multiplayer modes, you can use the Wisp to experiment with each level, finding red rings, or plotting new routes to attain that elusive S rank. After playing the game as much as I have, I managed to get all the red rings, although one in particular, in the aquarium park, was really annoying. And out of all 44 S ranks, I've only picked up 16. They're very hard, but that might just be me again. There is also the Egg Shuttle Challenge mode, which allows you to run through the entire game, all 45 levels, in an attempt to top the leaderboards. I'm in 810th place. Yeah, 810. Then again, that was my first try, so you never know. But I do, and that's as far as I'll go. So, in addition to being a lot of fun, the game gives you some great incentive to come back, being the ability to play as Super Sonic, which is awesome. I mean, come on, infinite boost. The downside is that you can't play as him in boss fights, or in challenge mode. I mean, I kinda understand why they did this, but I think they should have at least let you play as Super Sonic for the final boss fight. That would have been awesome. Some honorable mentions include bosses. They aren't too hard in general, but I was a little meh when I saw that the last 3 bosses were just reversions of the first 3. Just edited a bit to be made a little harder. So that kind of sucked. And personally, I would have loved if the bosses could talk. Especially since Sonic spent most of his time smack talking, or trying to insult them, or just being funny, and he really got no response from them. Music, on the other hand, well, this game just has great music. The theme Reach for the Stars is really great. And this game has one of the best final boss themes I've heard recently. Both parts, but especially the second part, when you're halfway through the final boss fight. One of the last things I just want to mention is this scene. It didn't stand out to me until I watched it for about the third time, sometime back, but the camera seems to focus on the bolts shot out from Eggman's weapon after it explodes. Specifically, the one that strikes the moon. I just think that references to a sequel, or at least a glimpse of where the next villain or major issue will come from in a future game. It could be nothing, but that's just my unprofessional hypothesis. Just, share your thoughts on what you think about that. Maybe I'm just overreacting, but it looked interesting to me. In closing, Sonic Colors is a great and really fun game. If you liked all or almost all Sonic games up to this point, you'll definitely like this one. However, if you're someone who's been disappointed in Sonic games recently, trust me when I say you won't be disappointed by Sonic Colors. But if you live near some place that you can rent games, because I haven't rented a game in forever because there's like no decent place to do so. Just trust me, rent it and give it a try and you'll see. It's really great and it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that non-review, and I promise I won't take that long for another one. But I will be adding more videos regarding different topics instead of just video games. But my next non-review that I'm planning is going to be about New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And just to say, I love this red case. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.